Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Card Talk, a podcast where we spend a little bit of time talking about cards from Lord of the Rings, the card game. I'm your host, Dave Walsh, and in this recording we're going to be playing the Ghost of Framsburg. Now, I was trying to do this blind, but unfortunately the first playthrough I misread one of the rules. So this will only be the second time that I'm playing through this game, and this is the latest AP Adventure Pack in the Arid Mithrin cycle. So just from the first playthrough, I know that this is going to be a long, unless I get lucky, a long playthrough. It's going to be at least an hour and a half or so. So we will try to get going, but I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna try to play this correctly so that everybody can see what we're doing, and I'm gonna be doing this with the Slippery Silvan Deck. Now, my Slippery Silvan Deck I've been using to try to do a one deck run where I try to beat all the scenarios using just one deck. And so you can see the heroes that I'm using, and you can of course go to Rings DB and see the deck list and find out what the heck is going on with that deck there. Now, this scenario, again, is the fourth scenario in the Arid Mithrin cycle, and this cycle has a lot to do with dragons, like the dragons of Middle-earth, which is exciting because that alludes to some of the stuff that's in the first age. So this particular scenario, as far as I know, doesn't have a dragon in it. But what it does have is loot that allows you to try to, that the story has that you're going to go and take that back to places to kill more dragons. So the scenario before this had a fire drake, and then a couple times before this it had a cold drake. There was dragon signs in the King's Quest, so there's all sorts of dragons going on here. So it's kind of neat that the overarching theme of this cycle is dragons. So, anyways, I'm gonna play this as I normally should. Okay, I have my quest cards here. I haven't set up anything. I'm just gonna draw my cards and get my resources. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm really looking for Nenya, I think, is the thing that I'm really looking for. I did get Olorien and Tree People. But the thing about it is I can't use Tree People without having Nenya. So Nenya really is the one that I would love to have. But Olorien helps a lot with this hand. So I think I'm going to mulligan. And so mulligan is something for any new players just right now. Mulligan is you get to take your hand, shuffle it back into your deck. When I first started playing this, I would always draw 7 cards because you get to draw your initial 6, and then during the first turn you get to draw a card. Now the problem with that is you don't want to do that because you only get to look at your initial 6 cards to make that decision. So, anyways, draw 6 cards. So I'm looking for Nenya. We'll see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm stuck with these 6 cards. Okay. So Faint Voices, Knave Guide. Okay, so I have Faint Voices, a Galadrim Minstrel, a Knave Guide, a Galadon Archer, Galleon, and another Galadon Archer. Okay, so I don't have any resource acceleration in this, but fortunately I do have just low-cost enemies. So that's good. Okay, so now let's see. So it says find a location. Oh, it says set Cursed Tomb aside out of play. So the Cursed Tomb gets set up out of play. Okay, and I'll put my box full of counters right there. Okay. Then it also says to search for a different location and add it to the deck. So I'm going to, because I've already played this once. Now, normally I was sad that I didn't get a chance to do this last time, but I know that what I'm going to want is loot, and that's what really slows down this hand. So this is the Forgotten Crypt, and so it's immune to player card effects. But what it does is it allows me to dig through loot into the and then put it into play when I look for after I travel. Okay, and so it's really that loot that becomes the limiting factor here. Because if the loot is buried at the very bottom of the deck, you're stuck traveling, and it's almost like going back to, the Hunt for Gollum or the Hills of Emyn-Muil. How many times have people beaten their head against the wall in the Hills of Emyn-Muil, because Gollum ends up getting shuffled back into the counter deck. So, anyways, so we're going to do this, and then I'm going to put yellow side up. That's kind of how I always do this. Okay, and that's the location. So now we'll turn it over, and it says there's no special requirements to get past this. There's no stage directions, which I like. I like that there, it's kind of an easy, straightforward stage. And the only thing that I have to do is I have to have one loot objective in order to get through here. So that's about it. Okay. So now it's time to move on. So I don't have to worry about drawing extra cards, like all this stuff. So that's good. Makes life a little easier for me. Whew. Okay. So I'm going to draw. Top of my deck, Nenya. So I'm going to put Nenya right on to her. Okay. And I'm going to pay for that. And then I'm going to use the Neath Guide. I'm going to bring out the Neath Guide. Okay. And then the Neath Guide costs 2. And so that means that I'm going to target, let's see, I guess Thranduil with that ability. Okay. And then I'm also going to bring out Galley. Now, this particular quest isn't a location-heavy quest. Like, it's not a quest-heavy scenario. So I don't have to spend a lot of time building up my board state to defend stuff. There are some things in here which are nasty. There's the werewolf and things like that from previous cycles, and then Fram Shade, which is another one of those that's could be a little challenging. But there isn't one of those enemies in here that's really huge and nasty. Okay, so I'm going to quest. Okay, again, no special instructions for questing. Okay, I'm going to quest for 2, 4, 7. Okay, and then I'll do this. Okay, so it says discover X. X is the 10th digit of the first player's threat. Now I forgot my threat dials, so I'm going to put threat over here. So I have 29 threat. Okay, and so in this scenario you get this discover keyword. Okay, and so the discover keyword just means that you look at X number of cards, okay, or however many cards is in the discover, and then you put a loot card into play if you draw one, or you put an undead thing. I don't think it's called an undead. Let's see. Let's make sure I get this right here. It's not undead. It is hazard. Something with the hazard tree, right? And so that way things keep coming out when you explore. Now, thematically, I really like that because when you explore a place, there could be loot, there could be a hazard, there could be none, there could be both. And so it really kind of gives the feel that you're traveling around in here. And that's going to be the challenge, is finding these things. It's not going to be necessarily warding off all the bad guys and stuff like that. Okay, so X is the tens digit, so the tens digit is 20, so it's 2, 4. So I put 3 progress on the location, or on the active quest. Okay. Now I'm going to travel here because I really need to find the that loot. So I'm gonna do the discover. So 2. So there's no hazard. So 1 is the haunted hall. The other one is the cursed tower. Neither of them are loot, and neither of them are hazards. So I'll discard them both, and then nothing happened. I don't have any resources to bring in anything from the end of my to bring in any people that I could. So I'm going to exhaust Galadriel to draw a card. Go Lorien, that's good. Okay. And then I'm going to lower my threat. Then I'm going to raise my threat at the beginning of the turn, which is now. So I'm still at 29 threat. I'm going to draw another card. There's a Silvan tracker. That's good. And then I'm going to give myself resources. Okay, so I'm going to put Lorien down. I'm going to exhaust Lorien to bring in the minstrel, and now I get to search for an event. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turns out that the only event that I got was tree people. So that's it. So, and I'm going to use tree people right away with Galleon. One of the beauties of Galleon is that he triggers tree people for free. So now I'm going to play tree people. Oh, my threat down. Okay, so tree people. I'm going to bring Galleon back into my hand. That means I look at the top 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's sad. I can either have another copy of Galleon or another minstrel. So I'm going to bring out another minstrel. Because that's the only option I have, really. Usually with tree people, I like to get like Legolas or Rumel. And then I'm going to bring out Galleon again. Because of Galadriel's ability, these guys don't exhaust. Because of his response, they get +1 willpower, so that's 2, 4, 6, 7. I'm going to commit 7. Then if I need to, I'll commit Galadriel. Okay? So, okay. Eyes in the dark. Doomed 1. So I'm up to 30 now. It says, each player must choose to raise your threat by 1 for each questing character or discard a questing character you control. Okay, so how many questing characters do I have? 4. Okay, so it's early game, so I don't want to get my threat up too high, so I'm going to actually discard Galleon. Galleon's a one-shot deal anyways, so that's fine. Okay. So, that's cool. So Galleon quested for 2, so I had 2, 4, 5. Okay, and then I'm going to use Galadriel with Nenya to add 4. So that's 5, and 4 is 9. So that's 2, and 4 is 6, and 3 more is 9. So I actually have 6 on this. And so now all I need to do is look for the loot. And this is where this particular scenario gets a little slow. I have to go through a fairly thick encounter deck to look for loot using either the discover keyword or something, and it's just not and so it is kind of particularly slow. But it helps me build up my board state. Draw a card. I get the Elven King. So the Elven King is a great attachment. So I'm going to put the Elven King. I've decided, now that I've been playing this deck a lot, is that Frandol is probably the best for the Elven King. Because that extra attack is really good. Okay. So now I'm going to quest for 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I will do this. And so now I get a Moonlit Passage. Okay, so this just says that I can't reduce my threat more than 1 by player card effect each round. So Galadriel I can still use, but that's about it. Okay, so I quested for 6. There's 4 here, so that's 8. My suggestion, anytime you're playing this game, and there's not any in this particular deck that I know of, but it's always good to keep track of how much you put here. There may be card effects that say remove X progress from the quest or something. So if you stop right when you get to the number of quest points, and you remove stuff, you're stuck now remembering what's happened. So I always keep this going, even if I've already done that. So I'm going to travel here. So now I can still reduce by as many as I want. And then I'm looking for a loot and a hazard. Okay. So I got the Cursed Tower and a Werewolf. Neither is loot, neither is hazard. Okay. So before the end of my turn, I'm going to use Galadriel to lower my threat by 1. Draw a card. Okay, Rumil, which is a great card. I'm going to also, during the combat phase, I'm going to pay 2 and use Olorien to bring out the Silvan Tracker. Okay, now I'm going to another Silvan Tracker, so that's my healing. Okay. So I am going to use Olorien and those 2 resources to bring out a Silvan Tracker. So this Silvan Tracker is new this round. Okay. So he gets bonuses. I guess that's what I'm really worried about. Okay, so now it's questing. I'm going to quest for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 79. If I need to, I'll use Galadriel. Okay. So there's this guy. He has, it's a Crypt Stalker. 10th digit of the threat. It says when Crypt Stalker attacks, raise the defending player's threat by 1. Okay. So my threat is 31, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I get rid of that active location. I'm keeping this in the staging area. Again, I want to keep this in the staging area because I want to be able, in case I have to discard, I want to then travel and, and be able to actually what am I trying to say? I want to be able to pull the loot out of the staging area, or pull the loot out of the discard pile. So this is going to gotta stay there. Okay. So I will engage this guy. I don't have a lot of space on my playmat to engage people, but that's okay. So I will take this. I'm going to exhaust Galadriel to lower my threat and to draw a card. Legolas. Okay, now I'm going to use Thranduil's ability and bring out the Galadon Archer. Okay, now even though he's engaged with me, I'm doing this because I want to be able to do some damage to this guy. Okay, so I'm going to defend using Thranduil. By defending with Thranduil, I get, this guy has 3 attack right now, so let's see, this attack was undefended, discard an ally you control. So it's not undefended. Thranduil takes no damage. Okay, now I'm going to bring the Nath Guide back up into my hand. I'm going to ready Thranduil because of the Elven King. Okay, and now I'm going to attack for 2, 5, 6. So that means this guy has 3 damage. So that's a pretty good starting. So I'm going to raise my threat, draw a card, give myself resources. So now it's just time to find the loot. So I'm going to draw a card now too. Lorien. So anytime I draw a card that I already have in play, it's unique or whatever, I can't do anything with, I take that and I put that in the back of my deck, or in my hand. That way I know that I'm not going to be, it doesn't matter if I use it or not. Now I would love to play Legolas. Legolas helps me cycle through my deck, helps me card draw, things like that. But I'll wait till next turn. So I'll wait till next turn. I'm going to play Lorien, and then I'm going to play the one from Celeborn's ability to play the Nath Guide. Okay. So now that's 2. I'm going to target Celeborn, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9. Okay? So 9 versus 2 in the staging. Okay, so I'm going to stage. Okay. Each character gets -1, -1 until the end of the round. Okay, so -1 attack, -1 defense, and -1 will. So that means these guys do 0, this does 1, and this does 2. So I did 3. Okay. So if I did 3, that's fine. That still means I quested successfully. Okay. So now it's a matter of what I'm going to do with this guy. Well, definitely going to try to kill him this time around. Okay, which I definitely can do. So, okay, I don't want to travel again. I have to leave this Forgotten Crypt out here so that I can pull the loot out when it comes. Okay, so I'm going to draw I'm going to give it a shadow card. I'm going to defend with Thranduil, even though it's only for 2. Okay, and then I'm going to reveal no shadow effect. So Thranduil takes 1 damage. Okay, which I'm okay with because I have the silver trackers on. Okay, and so now I have -1 attack for everybody. How do I want to do this? Okay, I can do 1, 2, 3. That doesn't help me. Okay, so I guess I'm going to have to leave. I'm going to have to leave this guy in the engage with me one more time. Okay, so I'm going to ready everybody. Oh, before the end of the turn, I'm going to use Galadriel's ability and draw a card. Oh, not that card. I'm going to draw this card. Okay, so that's Orphan. That's good, because now that allows me to pull cards out of my discard pile. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to raise my threat, ready everybody, draw a card, do all to give myself resources. Okay, Neath Guide. Okay, so what do I want to do here? All these guys are new. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Olorian. Or not play it, but I'm going to exhaust Olorian to bring out Orphan. Now that means Orphan brings somebody back in my hand from my discard pile. So now I'm going to bring out Galley. Now I guess I'm still stuck not being able to play Legolas like I wanted to, Legolas, but that's okay. So these two, again, just came into play, so they get the bonus and Galadriel's thing, so that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to quest 2, 4, 5, 6, 9. I'm going to quest for 9. Okay, no reason to overkill because I don't think there's anything that can take progress off the current quest. So now I'm going to reveal, and it says when reveal, attach to a questing hero and remove it from the quest. Okay, I don't have a single questing hero. This fizzles. Okay, now I would attach it to Galadriel if I could, anyways, and she never. She doesn't contribute to the quest anyways. So even if that's a Mambo, I still, I think that that's the way that it works. Okay. So, I did 9. There's only 2 here. So that means 7 more. So I'm at 16 tonight. But have this game. So that's, or on the current quest. So that's a lot. Okay. So I still am not going to bring out any. Oh, I still have to deal with this guy. So I'm going to. Oh. I think this time I'll be able to kill it. Okay. I am going to use Thranduil's ability and bring out the Galadon Archer. Now, I don't have anything to target with it. But I'm just bringing it out so I can have another attacker. And I also have Rumil in my hand, so that's good. Okay, so now I will defend with Thranduil. Again, my threat is 31, so that means he has 3 attack. It says it's +1. There's no active location, so that's the Evil Spectre. Okay. So, Thranduil takes 1 damage. Now I'm going to do 3, 5. I'll attack for 5. And that means this guy dies. Okay, before the end of my turn, I'll use Galadriel to draw a card. There's another Neath Guide. That's good. Love the Neath Guide in my hand. Okay. Already get resources, draw a card, raise threat. Okay, so there's the Galadrim. Okay, so I learned something about how to pronounce words in Tengwar or Sindarin or whatever Elvish language this is. Okay, is that the DH together sounds like TH. So that's actually pronounced the Galadrim Weaver. The Galadrim Weaver. Okay. So I'm dying to bring out Legolas because I want the card draw. So I'm only going to play 1 here, and then I'm going to bring out the Weaver. Okay. All of these guys come back. Or sorry, are now. They're not play. So this comes back, that goes back here. So the Weaver. So I now don't have any cards in my discard. So now we quest. So this is 2. Okay, I'm gonna put Gaudian over here. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm questing for 9. There's 2 in the staging area. So I quest. There's the bats. So that's yucky. So now I could surge, and it surges into a treachery. It says each player resolves the discover keyword at the active location in the turn order. If they cannot, abandon runs, gain surge, and doomed 2. Okay. So I can't, there's no active location. So now I surge and do 2. So hey, so this is what I wanted. Okay, so this, based on the rules, the loot goes from here to the discard pile, and then I replace that with another card, which in this case is the Cursed Tower. Okay, so the Cursed Tower says that I can't raise my threat by I have to raise my threat if I play an event. Okay, which is totally fine. Okay, so now, here's the way this works. Okay, so how much did I quested for 9? There's 3, 4, 6 out here. So there's 9. So here's what I'm going to do. That says, after Forgotten Crypt becomes the active location, discard cards from the encounter deck until an undead enemy is discarded, and then attach the loot objective encounter in the discard pile and to that enemy as a guarded objective. Okay, so I need to find an undead enemy. Okay, so there's an undead enemy. Then I'm going to take this objective, and I'm going to guard it. Okay, so that's really good. So that's how I wanted it to work. Okay, so it's an Evil Spectre. It says when Evil Spectre is destroyed, shuffle back, and then if the active location has the dark keyword. So the active location does have the dark keyword, so this guy isn't going to go away too soon. So I'm going to bring this guy out, and I'm going to bring this guy out. I can't do anything with the bats. It says while the location is dark, I can't do any damage. I can't take damage. But I can do something with this and hopefully advance to the next quest stage. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. So these 2 are engaged with me. Okay, I optionally engage the Evil Spectre, and then the Black Bats came down. Okay, so now I'm going to do LOTR, pay 4 to get Legolas. Okay, so Legolas now can do all sorts of fun things. But first thing I have to do is block the bats. So I'm going to block the bats with Colorborn. Okay. Okay, so there's the loot objective. This goes here. Now, it's only when it's revealed, I think. Let me get the rules right, because I don't want to have to do this again. Let's see. And it says right here in bold. Okay. It says if a card is revealed from the encounter deck. So, this isn't revealed from the encounter deck. That was just a quest card. So now, I'm going to use Colorborn. It's not a quest card. What am I saying? It was a shadow card. Okay, so there's no shadow. Okay, so no damage to Colorborn. Now I'm going to use Thranduil. Thranduil blocks. Let's see. It says attacking enemy gets +2, +1, +2 instead of the location is dark. It is. So that means Thranduil is hanging on by the skin of his teeth here. He took 3 damage there, so that was pretty rough. Nonetheless, I'm going to now attack back this Evil Spectre. This guy has 4, 6, 8. Okay, so that means that this gets shuffled back into the encounter deck. And it says, if attached if unattached contains old leg. Okay. So I'm shuffling the shade, the specter, or whatever it was, back into the deck. Okay, this gets attached. Okay. I'm going to draw a card. Green but Archer, that's good. Okay. So now I managed to make it past 1B. Okay. So this here, and it says when revealed. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck, then each player reveals an encounter card. Okay, so that's frustrating because I just had the crypt key, but now I'm going to have to dig it out again. And that is super frustrating. Okay, so that adds to the stage. Now the old lantern says that choose a player to look at X tops card, where X is the discovered value of the active location. So I can continue to look at the I can look at my deck. Okay. And so it says exhaust old lantern to choose a player, look at X cards. So right now I can't do it because the active location doesn't have a discovered value, but I can use this to cycle through my deck, which is nice, and there's no reason to not do it. Okay. It's not the end of my turn. I'm going to lower my threat and draw a card based on what she says. So there, that's what I want, right there. Yes. Okay, test of will, in case some of those nasty treacheries come out. Okay, so I'm going to ready, give resources, draw a card. Sword Thane. Sword Thane's a good card to have Legolas in this deck. That way I can bring out these cards just kind of because of their own accord here. But let's see. So not that it's, I mean, it's it is what it is. Okay, I was going to say it's getting a little clogged up, but it's not really getting that clogged up, I guess. So I don't know. So I guess I'm going to play Olorian. I still do have Steward of Gondor, so that may be something to keep in mind. I'm going to bring out an 8th guy. Okay, so that guy's 2. Okay. Oh, and then I'm going to use the old lantern. Oh, no, I can't. No discovery value. Okay, so I forgot to turn this over. Let's see what 2B says. So this is 12 quest points, and it says, at the beginning of the quest phase, the first player must choose either to raise each player's threat by 2, discard cards to the top of the encounter deck until a location is discarded, and add that location to the staging area. So I want to get through this as fast as possible, but I need another thing. So I'm going to choose to discard cards and find a location. That's what I'm going to do at the beginning of the quest phase. So let's see. So there's a location. I'm going to choose to put that in the staging area. Okay. So now here's the weird, so this is the victory display. So the weird thing is that I need to make sure that I keep going here because I'm going to end up with too much in the staging area to quest through. So right now I'm not too worried about it, but I still want to make sure that it all kind of goes away. So I did bring out the 8th guy. So that's 2, and I'm going to use colorboard, and that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. And if I need to, I can use Galadriel's ability. Okay, this guy's engaged with me. So that's fine. Okay. So, oh look. So what does it say? Attach to a questing hero and remove it from the quest. So I do have a questing hero, and I want to keep that questing hero. So I'm going to spend 1 to cancel that. Now, there's also a thing that says when you play event, raise your threat by 1. So this brings my threat up to 34, which is fine. Okay. So now we have a haunted hall. And so now it says any amount of location, any amount of on a dark location. So this guy's going to get. So anyways, how much did I have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13. And then I'm going to add Galadriel's quests. So that's 17. And this is 10 here, 11, 12. So this goes in the victory display. Okay, I guess I'll put the victory display above my explored cards. That's 12. Now I have 5 more. And now I'm going to see, I want to be able to kill these bats, but I can't really kill them because, I don't know, just, but I can do the haunted hall. It says, because I don't want to have to keep raising my threat by 1. So I did raise my threat because of the event, and then I have to raise my threat because of the haunted hall, so that's 35. I think that this is a war of attrition. This thing is going to keep fighting, the encounter deck's going to keep fighting to raise my threat, and I'm trying to fight to keep it low. I haven't seen any islands amid peril yet, so that's going to be, that's probably the thing. But this has Discover 4, so I look at 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then I don't have any, oh, I do have a hazard, but I don't have, so the hazard goes here. So this goes like this. And then I don't have any loot. And it says, after resolving the discovery on the hidden staircase, reduce each by X if no hazard cards were revealed. Okay. Now what? I think I'm going to use the old lantern because this is Discover 4. So this allows me to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 I get to bring out a card. Now I think I'm going to bring out the Weaver. Okay, normally I'd go for the events, but right now my events are wild. Now these go on the bottom of my deck. And I'm also not too worried about it because I shuffle my cards all the time. Okay, it's one of the beauties of this deck. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to engage this and this. Okay. So this guy gets a shadow card. This guy gets a shadow card. Okay, so I'm going to defend this with him. Discard a non-objective attachment to my control. Okay, well that's easy. I'm going to discard a LOTR because I have another copy of it. Okay. Now I'm going to use the Elven King to bring this guy back in my hand, Dallion. That readies Thranduil. And so now that means I can attack. This guy can attack. Okay, so it says attacking enemy gets +1 if this attack destroys a character. So this guy raises my threat by 1. Okay, that's fine, and does 1 damage here. So okay, so now I can't do any damage to this guy, but I am going to kill off this guy. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. This guy dies. He goes here. I draw a card because of Legolas's ability, and that's good. That's the Steward of Gondor. Okay. I'm going to ready, threat, draw a card, heal, do all that good stuff. Draw a card, so I get another Weaver. Okay. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the Steward of Gondor onto her. Now I'm going to play one Weaver, two Weavers. So that means 1, 2 go back into my deck. And then I'm going to bring out Galleon. Now I'm going to pay 1 to bring out Orien. And I didn't play any events. I'm going to use the Old Lantern because the Old Lantern allows me to use that action. Discover value of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a Test of Will. That's what I want to use. These 3 get put at the bottom of my deck. It's fine. Okay. So 2, 4, 6. 8, 10, 12, 13, 13. And out here, there's 6. Get through that. That would be good. Okay. This is engaged with me. So we bring this up. So that's the Evil Spectre. That guy's not horrible to deal with. It's fine. Okay. That's 2, 8, 12. No victory points. So we can take 1 on the quest. Okay, give me loot. That's what I want. Okay. So now I'm going to use Galadriel's ability to draw a card quicker than sight and lower my threat. 6. I'm going to engage these 2 guys. This guy's already engaged with me. So, okay. I will use Thranduil to defend against the Evil Spectre. It says if it's undefended, discard an ally you control that's not undefended. Okay. So he does 1 damage. There's something... Nope. Okay. Now, I didn't travel on purpose because I didn't want to have an active location. I want to get rid of the bats. So I'm going to use the Elven King. I'm going to bring Galleon back in my hand. I'm going to defend with Thranduil. It says gets +1, +2 if it's Dark Trait. There's no active location. So Thranduil doesn't take any damage. So now let's see here. I'm going to attack this guy for 2, 5, 7. This guy dies. And I'm going to attack this guy for 2, 4, and this guy dies. Okay, so now it's like board maintenance. I'm just making sure that I'm keeping up with the board here. Okay, so now I'm going to ready, resources, heal, do all that good stuff. Okay. Okay, going to draw a card, raise my threat. So at around 37 threat. One of the things that I found when I've edited these videos is that it seems like I always have I'm always off by my threat. Okay. So I'm going to play it over again. Spend 1 to bring out 3rd Neath Guide. I'm going to target Hellborn. So that's, let's see, here's what I end up doing when I have so much out here. There's 3, 5, and 9. So there's 9. This is my pile of 9 questing. I'm going to quest. So what does it say at the beginning of the quest phase? So again, I'm going to put a location into play. I'm going to discard cards until I find a location. Okay, that's good. Now I just need to find a forgotten something or other. Okay, so there's the location. Moonlit Passage. Okay. So this is good. I like this guy being out here. Now I just need to be able to dig through and get that crypt key. Okay, so out here right now is 8. So that's 9. This was my stack of 9. 5 is 14. 16. Okay. Okay, so now we do this. Doomed 1. Okay, so it says each player chooses an exhausted character he controls. Player things can't be healed by player or can't be readied by player card effect. So I can't use the element. Okay, so this goes here. That was doomed 1. So I'm at 38 threat. This is getting wild, but that's cool. Okay. So I 8 out there. I did 16. So that's 14. 14. Perfect. Okay. So now I just need to get loot. Again, I think that that's the holdup of this quest. Okay. Find loot. Find loot. Find loot. Okay. So I'm going to travel to the Cursed Tower. And I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3. So no loot, no hazard. So nothing. Okay. But that means that this no longer applies. But now I can bring out somebody. Let's see here. I'm going to use that ability. If I use that ability, I'm going to draw a card quicker than sight. I need some. Oh no, that's Island Amid Perils. So that lowers my threat by 1. And here's what I'm going to do. It's still the combat phase, so I'm going to use Island Amid Perils to bring Legolas back. Lower my threat by 3, so I'm down to 33 threat. And now I'm going to spend 4 to bring Legolas back out. Okay, I'm only doing that to continue to lower my threat. I got the Elven King. Again, anything that's already out there, I put in the back of my hand. I'm going to exhaust again the Old Lantern. And that means I get to do 1, 2, 3. So there's Tree People. I'm going to bring 1 card. I'm going to put the other 2 at the bottom of my deck. Okay. So now I'm going to use Tree People to bring a Weaver back into my hand. Actually, let's bring a Minstrel back in my hand. Okay. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only got one thing, so I'll bring Galleon out. That was a trade down. Okay, so now I play over again, bring this guy out. So that's another one there. So now I look for an event. So I think I want the Test of Will in my hand. Okay, I'm going to, I forgot to raise my threat, so I'm going to use her to draw a card. I get a Stuart Gondor. That's what happens at the end here. You end up with all these cards that kind of replay themselves. So now I'm going to spend 1. Boom. I'm going to bring out this guy. Okay. So that readies a hero. So that's good. So now I have a couple of Test of Wills in case I need Surge or, I don't know, something. Okay. These 3 were just brought into play. So this is my pile of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Still 9. So that's 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. Okay, so there's the teeth. That's the best one, actually. Okay, and so now I'm going to, let's do 1. Each player must choose either raise your threat by 1 for each questing character or discard a questing character you control. I'm going to just discard a questing character. I still have to pay the dude 1 anyways, so might as well. Okay. Because I have another Galleon in my hand, so why wouldn't I do that? Okay. So I quested for, I had to discard Galleon. So 9, 11, 13, 14. So 2, 5, 8. So another 6. So I'm up to 20 now on the current quest. I just need some loot. So I'm going to put this guy up here. So now I discover 3. 1, 2, 3. Any hazard? Okay, so here's a hazard. It says each character gets -1 threat, will, and attack. Or sorry, attack, defense, will. That doesn't hurt me right this moment because I'm not doing anything wild. Okay. And now, during the combat phase, I'm going to bring out a second Greenwood Archer for 2. Okay. I've already used Galadriel's ability. I've already used the Old Lantern. So now I can So I'm going to ready, give resources, do all those things. Okay, so I draw a card. I get another quicker than sight. Galleon. Okay, here's this. So how much is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a pile of 10 questing. I have to raise my threat by 1. Either way, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put Sword Thane onto Legolas. Okay, So now he's a hero, so he's going to start generating resources. And I can still cancel some stuff. So let's see here. Here's 10. I'm up against 2. So 10, 12. I'll leave these guys ready. Oh, it's the beginning of the quest phase. I'm going to pick a location. So I need to find a location. There's a location. It says the Moonlit Passage. I can't be lowered my threat by more than 1 or 2. Okay. So I will use the old lantern and use... well, let me resolve this before I go. So that was 10, 12. Chooses and exhausts a character he controls. Characters cannot be readied by player card effects. Okay, so I'll choose and exhaust him. Doesn't matter. So that's 12. Still doomed 1. So I'm raising my threat or more. Unless I can't ready anything, but that's okay. So it's 12, so there's 2, 4, 8. 8. 4 is 24. Okay, so now I travel to the Moonlit Passage, discover 2. So 1 up, 1, 2. Look, there's a hazard. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the forgotten crypt at all. Okay. So now I'm going to use the old lantern. 1, 2. I'll keep tree people. Put this at the bottom of my deck. I will use Galadriel's ability to draw a card and lower my threat. There's an Nina. So I'm at 35. Okay, so I will use Tree People to bring Galleon back into my hand. And I will look 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. There's Haldir, so I'll bring Haldir out. Okay, these go back. Shuffle. Okay. So now I'm going to ready, draw, threat. Another copy of Root Mill. Okay. I'm going to use the old lantern to draw 2 here. Okay, I'll take the island of mid-peril, or the tree people. I'm going to now I'm going to bring Galleon out. I'm going to tree people. I'm going to tree people a minstrel back in my hand. I want island of mid-perils. Okay, so I'm going to tree people the minstrel. So now I'm looking for an enemy here. Or not an enemy, an ally. So I get another minstrel. So that minstrel comes into play. Okay. So I shuffle. And I'm going to look for 5, and then I'm going to play the minstrel again, and then look for 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Island of Mid-Perils. That is phenomenal. So there's that. Now I'm going to play Olorien. Do this for 1. Now I'm going to look for another 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, So the only one I got was Faint Voices. I'll put Faint Voices in my deck, shuffle them up. And now I'm going to use her to lower my threat by 1 and draw another card. So there's no worry. Okay. So because of the Moonlit Passage, I can't lower my threat other than what I just did with Galadriel. So I'm really stuck in my quest. Now, I'm up against 5 plus 4 is 9. So this is, I think, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 9. And these two just came out. That's 9, 13, 15. That's 15. And that's what I'm going to quest with. So it's the beginning of the quest phase. I'm going to look for a location and bring out a location. Okay, that's fine. And now, still did, let's say 9, I did 15. So that's 3, 6, 8. This, do 1. I'm going to cancel that. Use Test of Will to cancel the when revealed effects. Let's see, that's okay, so that's 3, 6, 8, 12. Now I'm looking for, and then I did 15, so that's 3 more, so that's 30, 27. Okay, 27. So now I'm also going to travel there and discover. I just want to double check here because what does it say? It says shuffle the encounter discard pile. So I have to discover. So I have to shuffle the encounter discard pile. Anyways, so yellow side out, yellow side up. Okay, so I'm going to discover 2. 1, 2. So I get to pick and choose a hazard. I'm going to pick this hazard. This gets discarded. Okay. So now if I need to, I can lower my threat. Which, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to play Island Amid Perils. I'm going to bring this guy back. I'm going to lower my threat by 4. I'm going to engage this guy. Give it a shadow card. I'm going to spend 4 resources to kill this. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Because Rumil's ability says I get to do as many points to this as I have ranged characters, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ranged characters. So this guy goes bye-bye before anything even goes off. So now I'm going to ready, threat, resources, card. Okay, that's good. So now I'm going to use her ability to lower my threat by 1 more. Let's see. 32 threat. Round 32 threat, that's always what I have to say. I get another Island Amid Perils, which I enjoy. So now I'm going to use Island Amid Perils to bring Rumil back into my hand, to bring me down to 28 threat. So finally, I'm at a manageable threat. Okay, and now I'm going to spend Lorien and spend 3 resources, put this guy out, and then I'm going to spend 2 and put this guy out to ready Galadriel. Okay, this guy goes here. So I definitely have ways to deal with stuff in my hand. So now it's a matter of just seeing if I can find the loot. Okay, it's the beginning of the quest phase. I'm going to look for a land, a location, okay, because I want to see if I can find a forgotten crypt. Okay, so there's a forgotten crypt. Yes. And I was able to discard Scava's Teeth. Or Scava's Teeth, I'm not sure exactly. So now if I can just quest successfully, clear the active location, I can travel here and life will be good. Okay. So let's just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is 11. Questing for 11. I'm sorry, I'm not questing for 11. I'm questing for 14, 16. How much is that here? 2, 4, 7, 11. Okay, so 16. Okay, so I'll do this. And there's the tower, discover 3. Okay, so play an event. You have to reach your threat. Okay. Either way, it's 16. That's how much this was. So that's 3, 5, 8, 12. 16. That goes bye-bye. I'm going to use the Forsaken Crypt. Travel there. And now, let's see. After Forgotten Crypt, go to active location, discard cards until undead enemy is out. So undead. Give me an undead. Undead. Okay, so there's Fram's Shade. He's undead, and then it says, then attach a discard pile and put it on him. So Fram's Shade is kind of the big baddie in this one, but I'm getting him before, which is fine. So now that goes on there. So it's good. Okay, so now I'm going to probably take the threat hit from. Oh, I haven't gotten the thing. So now I'm going to come here, deal a shadow card. Now, it says it gets +1/+1/+1 for each objective player's control. I only control 1 loot card, so he's 4/4/4. But nonetheless, it doesn't say I can't do this. I think that's the next phase. I'm going to use Faint Voices to bring Galleon back into my hand. So now none of this, so that doesn't go off. And so now I get to kill him. And just, I can't even do it. I was going to bring out, and because I have 2 of these in the staging area, I go up by 4, so that's 34. Okay. And now I'm going to attack. Let's see. So I'm going to do 3, 6, 10. I can do 16 damage to this guy. So I'll do 16 damage. I will kill the Shade. It's got no victory points. But then this is a loot objective. And it says, do hero he controls. So again, I'll put this just in case there's something that says, if a hero doesn't have a loot objective, and then it says, an attached hero to choose a player, that player reduces his threat by 2. Okay, so I'll put it on here because the Elven King helps me ready. Okay, so now let's see. I already did hers. I don't have... Okay, so I don't have any limitations to how much I can reduce my threat. This comes out. Okay, so this goes this goes here. Okay, and it says, first player adds Cursed Tomb to the staging area. Okay, Cursed Tomb to the staging area. I have to have all 3 objectives in order to travel there. Each other player searches for the deck discard for a non-unique undead enemy and adds to the stage shuffle the encounter deck. Okay, that's a separate line, so we shuffle the encounter deck. And it says, Fram Shade is immune to player card effects, while the Cursed Tomb is in the victory display. It gets victory 6. Okay, so I can't do this anything. So I'm going to have to fish out Fram Shade, and then I'm going to have to beat it. But I have to get to the Cursed Tomb, but in order to get to the Cursed Tomb, I have to get the other piece of loot, whatever that's going to be. So how's that for wild? Okay. So I'm going to ready, get resources. Before the end of the round, I'm going to exhaust these guys to lower my threat by 2, because that's what this says, right? It says lower his threat by 2. So that's cool. Quicker than sight, so that's good. So I get to cancel shadow effect. Okay. So it'd be really good if I could find another forgotten crypt somehow. Okay, I didn't see one in the discard pile, so that's okay. Or if I could just get the loot, I guess that's whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna quest for 11, 15. I'm gonna quest for 15. Oh, do I have Galleon? 17. I'm gonna quest for 17. And out here is 11, 14, 16. I'm not gonna add what's her face, Galadriel, to the thing. Okay, so there's the crypt key. So I'm gonna put that sideways over here. So now it says, when revealed, each hero chooses an exhausted character he controls until the end of the phase. Players cannot ready using player card effects. Okay, so I will exhaust Galleon. So that doesn't change anything, although I can't ready here if I need to, but I don't have any enemies to defend, so life became okay there. So now I have to clear out some of this stuff. So that's, again, 11, 14, 15, 16. This has a victory display, so I'm going to now put this, up into the stage, up in there. So now I only take one thing. So discover 1, 2, 3. No hazard, no loot. Of course, no loot. Okay. So now I'm going to ready resource draw. At the end of that phase, I'm going to exhaust to lower my threat by 2, so that's 31. And then I'm going to use Galadriel to draw a card and to lower it 1 more. And now I'm going to raise it by 1, so I'm at 30-ish. Okay. Now we draw a card. Olorian. So I'm getting now cards that, just in case I have to discard an attachment or something like that, that's fine. Okay, resources. Quest. So I want to get through this. So 11, 15, So that's, there's 11 out there, 11 and 4. So I did 18. So I'll do this. There's a cursed tower. Oh. Okay. So that's 9 and 4 is 14. That's explored, and I put 1 on the active location. So now I'm going to go to the cursed tower again. Everything in here is cursed tower. Okay, before the end of the turn, I'm going to use this to lower my threat by 2, so I'm down to 29. I'm going to use Galadriel's ability to draw a card. Okay, there's a Haldir. Now I'm going to raise threat, so that puts me at 29-ish. Ready. Now I draw a card. Another Testicle, which is the card I want. Okay. So now we quest. So now it's just a matter of finding a way to get the loot out of the discard pile. So that's 11. 15. 18. So I'm doing 18. There's 11 out there. Oh, no, only 10. This is 2 now. So that's 10. Haunted Hall. Raise my threat by 1 if I put something on a dark location. It's a bummer. Okay, so that's 10, 14, 17. So I have to raise my threat by 1 because I put threat on a dark location. So 30. And I did put another thing here, so now I'm going to travel to the Haunted Hall, and that's Discover 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't see a loot, but I do see a hazard. That's this guy. Okay. Again, I don't see if there's another forgotten crypt somewhere. Okay, so I'll engage this guy. I'll put this into play. Okay, using Thranduil's ability, use over again. Pay for that here. I'll bring up Rumil. This guy never actually attacked, so this goes down. Okay. So now at the end of the turn, I'm going to use this guy, Exhaust, to lower my threat to 28. Galadriel's ability to draw a card. Faint Voices. Okay. Now I raise my threat because it's the end of the round, so I'm going to ready, resource, raise threat. Okay, I draw. I get the other copy of Legolas. Okay. So now what? Okay, I don't want to play any events, so I guess I now quest. Okay. I'm going to quest for a whole bunch. So that's 11. 15. 17. 20. 21. Questing for 21. Okay, so this comes out. Hidden Staircase. That's 2 threats, so there's 2, 4, 7, 12. Questing for 21. Still 16. So I put 5 on the quest on the 7. So now I just have to find the loot and beat Fram. Okay. So I'm going to do this. Put the cursed tower back in here. Okay, I'm going to use the Elven King, bring Galleon back into my hand. Bring Galleon back into my hand, that readies this guy. So now I'm going to exhaust this guy, lower my threat by 2. Okay, Galadriel, exhaust, so now I get the other copy of Orphan. It's fine. So I now have all my uniques, everything. Here. Now if I can, probably should start recycling these things. And we're ready. Okay, I don't have anything to draw. I'm out of cards. Okay, so now I just have to hurry up and try to get this going. Okay, so maybe there's a forgotten crypt in here. Maybe not. Who knows? So now it's just a matter of questing. So that's 11, 15, 17. I'll quest for 17. Out there right now is 9 plus 3 is 12. Quest here. Okay, there's an evil specter. It's fine. So shuffle it back into the encounter deck. The active location is dark. So there's 2, 4, 6, 11, 14. I did 11, 17. That's 3 more, so that's 10. Okay. So here's this. I'm going to attack this. I'm going to block with Orphan. Or no, that's Thranduil. Okay, it does have a shadow effect. It says +1. Okay, so it's 5. You know what? Just for fun, I'm going to cancel that shadow effect and play Quicker Than Sight to bring a Weaver back into my hand. I'm going to bring another Weaver back into my hand to ready Thranduil. And now I'm going to knock out this guy for 10. Okay, this guy dies. There's no active location, so this goes back here. Gets discarded. I never found the Forbidden Crypt, so now I have to go through it again. Okay, so now I'm going to ready. Oh, before the end of my turn, I'm going to use this to lower my threat by 2. 24. I'm going to use Galadriel's ability. I don't get to draw a card, but I get to lower my threat. But then I'm going to raise my threat, so I'm at 24-ish. I'll bring out Galleon, I'll bring out the Weaver, I'll bring out the second Weaver, so 1, 2 get shuffled back into the deck. And I think that this is where this game loses its mystique, because now I feel like I can win. I feel like I could just say I won, but I need to get through this and do this, so that's the problem. Okay, so questing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I now have to go through this again. And I'm just going to see if there is a forgotten crypt in here. No, no forgotten crypt. Sorry, I don't want to lower my threat too much because I want these to actually go off too. So, okay. So I'm questing for 15. There's 9 out there. I don't have a questing hero, so this fizzles. So that's 9. I quested for 15. So that's another 5 here. Okay, so now I'm going to travel here. And it says discover X. So that's 2. There's a hazard. It says when revealed, everybody. Each character gets -1, -1, -1 until the end of the round. Doesn't matter. We're beyond all of that. I'm not attacking. It's fine. Okay. So now I'm going to use Galadriel's ability to draw a card. Ah, look, quicker than sight. It's fine. Okay. So now I can cancel all sorts of shadow effects. And now I'm going to raise my threat. Ready. Resource. Ah, fake voices. How did I know? Okay. So nothing really in my deck is going to help me out now. Unless I draw an enemy. So this is 11. I'm going to quest for 11. I don't even think I got resources. I don't even think I care about it right now. It's 11. 15. And if I need to, I can add Galadriel. Okay, so there's this. There's bats. And then I get Afraid of the Dark, attached to a questing hero. I don't have a questing hero again, so that's good. Okay. So that's 1, 3, 8, 12. Quested for 15. So that's another 3. So I'm at 18. 8. Okay, now I'm going to go to this location. Discover. No loot. No hazards. I get to lower my threat by 2. Okay, this guy comes out. Deal with a shadow card. Defend with Thranduil. No shadow effect. Okay, no damage. And I kill it with Legolas. I can't draw a card. I'm going to ready Thranduil with bringing Galleon back into my hand. Then I'm going to use Scotta's Teeth. Okay. I mean, I get that there's a mechanic where I can bring this guy back in my hand, pull, and then draw. At this point, I don't think it matters. I only have one enemy in my discard pile, or one ally in my discard pile. That's Galleon. So it doesn't matter. And then lowering my threat, I can do it without Island of Mid Perils. So okay. So now I'm going to ready, get resources, and again, I don't think I care about getting resources. Okay, I will play Galleon. So now I'm questing for 11, 13, 15, 17. There's 5 out here with 4, so I'm going to do this. Okay. So that's the Moonlit Passage, discover 2. Can't be reduced by more than 1. That's fine. So look, So this is 17. There's 2, 7, 11. So that's another 6, so I'm 24. Okay, so I'm going to travel to this. I'm going to hope for loot. Well, there's a hazard which says, so I'll choose. Okay, it's fine to do 1. Ooh. Okay, so now I'm going to ready resource. I'm going to get real wild. I'm going to use Scava's teeth here to lower my threat down to 20. Okay, so 11, 15. I'm questing for 15 against 5 in the staging area. There's the loot. So this goes into the staging area. So this goes. Oh, and then I have to. There's a hazard. Doomed one. Each player chooses exhausts character controls. I can't ready anything until the end of the round. Okay, that is fine. But it's doomed one. It's going to be the longest playthrough on YouTube history. That's what I know. Okay. So I can't ready this guy. That's okay. Okay. I can't wait to see how many rounds this is. That's what I can't wait to see. Okay. Ready, resource. Okay. I don't even know. Did I get through there? Oh, I did. Whatever. I didn't clear it, so it's fine. So that's 11. 15. Oh, it goes 5. So doomed one. I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to cancel Eyes in the Dark with this. Okay, so that's 15. This gets done. So now I'm looking for that other one. Okay, so now I'm really, I guess I'm going to try to play this because I saw that crypt key and that just really made me angry. So now I'm going to use Scava's Teeth to lower my threat by 2. Okay, I'm going to pull the Galadrim Weaver back into my hand to ready Thranduil. Okay, and now for Thranduil's ability, I'm going to play the Galadrim Weaver. So that's 5. Now this goes back into my deck. I'm going to exhaust Galadriel to pull that card into my hand and lower my threat by 1. And then I'm just going to keep doing that every turn. Okay, so now we're ready. 15. Hey, an enemy. I can have a little fun this time around. Okay. It's fine. Okay, that's 3, 5, 8. I did 15, so that's another 7, so that's 31. So the non-shiny dice is my 10th place. 31. I can't travel, I can't do anything, so I'm going to pull this guy out. Okay, I will attack. I will use Thranduil to defend. It says, after it does no effect, deal 1 damage. Okay, so deal 1 damage to defending player, defending character. It's fine. So it's 1. Right? Okay, so it's with no effect, so that's fine. Okay, so now I'm going to bring the Weaver back into my hand to ready this guy. I'm going to play this guy for 1 to put this back in the top of the deck, and I'm going to exhaust, bring Island of Mid Perils back into my hand. 17 threat. Now I have to kill this guy, which I can do fairly straightforwardly by going 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 15, 17. This dies, goes here. Okay, so now I'm going to ready, do threat. Ready, raise threat resources. So now you're ready. I'm going to play Island of Mid Perils. Okay, just to speed up this process. Oh, I have to raise my threat. I'm up to 18 threat. Okay, I'm going to play Island of Mid Perils to bring Orphan back into my hand. Okay, so now I'm down to 15 threat. I'm going to play Orphan. And then I'm going to get the other unique copy of Galleon in my hand. Okay, just to get all that. Okay, that's perfect. Okay. Now we quest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. Oh, and I just brought Orphan into play. That's 16 this time. Quest. So that's, hey, I get to have a little fun again this time around. Oh, I ready. It's Silver Tracker gets to heal that. Okay, so then that's quest, and then it says when revealed, each player must choose to either raise your threat by 1 for each questing character. So I will exhaust. I will pay 1 to cancel that. So that's canceled. Good. Okay, so that's 6. I did 16. That's 40. Okay, this comes down. I get to defend it with Thranduil. Discard a non-objective attachment I control. Discard a Lorien. Fine. No damage on Thranduil. Already Elven King. Bring this guy back into my hand. I will pay to bring this guy back into my hand. This goes here. I will use her action to draw a card and to lower my threat by 1. I'm down, whatever, 15. Okay, I will use this to kill this guy because I don't have an active location. Okay. Ready resources. Raise threat. Oh, before the end of the turn, I'm going to use Scatheless Teeth to bring this down. Okay. Okay. Before we're in, I will need to use resources. I'll quest for 3. Sorry, that's not 3. It's 11. 15. There's 5 out there. So now we go through here. Okay, so there's the spider. So that's 7. I quested for 15, so that's another 8. So that's 49. My God, I wish I could win. Okay. So I will engage this guy. Defend with Thranduil. Okay. Let's raise your threat by 1. That's fine. Raise my threat by 1. He doesn't do any damage, so he can ready. So I'll ready him by bringing this guy back in my hand. I will then use Thranduil's ability to pay for him. Her. I will put this back in my deck. I will exhaust Galadriel to bring the Test of Will back into my hand. That's fine. Now I will kill it using all my archers. This guy dies. Okay. For the end of the turn, I'll use Scatheless Teeth to lower my threat by... Oh, this also lowered my threat. So I'm at 13 threat. Here I am 2 hours into this playthrough, and I'm stuck because I can't get the crypt key out of the thing here. So, okay, so 11, 15, quest for 15. I've skipped resources, whatever, so that's 15. Hey, look, a specter. Okay, so that's 7. I did 8, so we're at 57. I put 57 progress on the quest. Okay. I don't have anything to do. I need locations to help me cycle through my deck, but I will engage this guy. Okay, I deal the shadow card because that helps me do this. I will defend with Thraned Will. Okay, it says attacking enemy gets +1. This attack destroys character, doesn't destroy character, so he has 2 damage on it. Fine. Now before the end of my turn, I'm going to use this guy I'm going to ready Thraned Will. By using Elven King to bring this guy, I'm going to recast this guy down to bring this back in my hand. I will exhaust her to lower my threat by 1. And draw a card. Okay. There's Island of Big Perils, so I will put that back here. And I will exhaust Scatheless Teeth to lower my threat by another 2. Now I'll attack and kill this. Now there's no dark location, so that goes here. Okay, ready? No. 11, 15. Each player chooses an exhausted character he controls. Okay, so I won't be able to use the Elven King trope this time around, but that's fine. I'll do that. Slow going here, going through this encounter deck. Okay, I will exhaust Scatheless Teeth to go down to 8 threat. Now ready. Oh, I forgot to heal my. Okay, so 11, 15. I know I forgot forgetting resources, but whatever. 15. Okay, so in reveal, each player resolves to discover keyword on the active location in turn order. If they cannot, abandon reigns, gain surge, and doomed 2. Okay, so that's 10. Okay, so that's doomed 2 and surge. Yay! How many people scream yay for surge? Okay. So there's another dead specter, so that's again 5, I did 15, so that's another 8, I'm at 65. 65 progress. I wonder if that's a response. I wonder if I have to put the location in. I don't know. Anyways, this guy comes down, do this, exhaust Thraned Will. Okay. It's +1, so he gets 2 damage. Okay, so now I'm going to do that good old thing. I'm going to ready him, bring her back, put this guy in, put this guy here, exhaust to lower my threat by 1, so I'm down to 9 threat. And I get to draw a card. Okay, that's Island Amid Perils. Yay! So that's another Island Amid Perils. It's kind of fun. Okay. And now I'm going to kill this thing with my archers. So that's good. Dead. Okay. Caleb, if you're listening, I'm not loving this. Okay. And you may have been listening 2 hours ago, but you're probably not listening now. So here's what I'll do. I have 10. So I'll bring out 2 Island Amid Perils. Okay. So that lowers my threat by 7. So I'm down to 3. That helped. Okay. Now I'll play this guy. And I'll play this guy. Make it a bonus. So now I have 65 progress on the current location, and I still don't have to loot. Okay. So, 11, 14, 17. Let me just quest for 11. Okay. So that's discover 3. I can only, if I play an event, I have to, whatever. Okay, so now I will make this the active location. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, where's a hazard? Creature, runes, no hazard, no nothing. Okay. So before the end of the turn, I'm going to use Scatheless Teeth to lower my threat by 2. So I'm down to 1 threat. Okay. So now I can use Elven King to bring the Weaver back into my hand. Do the same thing again. Now use Thranduil's ability to play the Weaver. Exhaust her, so now I have 0 threat. Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Quest for 11. 15. So that's a 0/0/0 creature. Because I have 2 threat. Okay. So he's going to raise my threat for the attack. So that's 5, 7. Sorry. 5. It's 8. So now I'm at 72. 72 on the current quest. Okay. I'll engage this guy. Deal a shadow card. Again, that helps me cycle through the deck. Defend with Thranduil. Discard a non-objective attachment to you control. Okay, I will discard a Lorien. Okay, I will ready Thranduil. I bring this guy back in my hand. I will pay for him using, pay for her using 1 resource. I will put this on the top of my, I'll put that back on the top of my deck. I'll use her. Okay, now I'm going to attack and kill this guy with all of these guys. Yay! Dead. I'm going to use Scatheless Teeth. So now I'm down to 0 threat. That's awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to, let's see, 11. That's what I'm going to do. 11. Doomed 1. So I have 1. Players must choose to raise your threat by 1 for each questing character, or discard a questing character you control. So I'll cancel that. Use Test of Will. Okay, it's fine. Okay, now I will ready Thranduil, bring this guy, pay for this guy, put this back on the top of my deck, use Galadriel to lower my threat by, so I'm at 0 threat still. Okay. So, I know I'm getting sloppy here at the end, but I just want to be done with this. Okay. Okay. Whatever. I get all sorts of resources. 11. I have 0 threat anyways. So that's 0 actually. Okay, so now I'm going to engage this guy. There's no shadow effects. He's got 0. I'm going to use Thranduil to defend. Okay, so defends for 0. Which is fine. I'm going to ready Thranduil. He's an Elven King, bringing this guy back in my hand. Pay the 1. Island Mid Perils. Use her. Bring this back. That lowers my 50, so I have 0 threat. Kill this guy. This guy dies. Ready. Get resources. Whatever. So, listening for 11. Okay. So that's 9. That's 2 more, so that's 34. Okay. Travel there. Discover 2. Hazard. Doomed 1. So I now have 1 threat. Here. I can't ready by player card effects. That's fine. Okay. End of turn. Say, ready. Look, here's my deck, or here's my hand. I have all these cards in my hand. Okay, so I have 2 threat now. Okay, 11, 15. Okay, so that's 8, 12. That's 77. Go here, discover 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey, there's that. There's a loot. There's this. So this location gets the crypt key. End the round. I'll use Scava's Teeth to lower my threat to Elven King Thranduil. Okay, by pulling this guy, pay for this guy. Bring this guy back to my hand. Put this in my deck. Put this Test of Will goes back in the top of my deck. Lower my threat. I don't have any threat to lower, so that's okay. So now, I will do 11, 15. Ready? Do 1. So now I have 2 threat. It says to the other round. Okay, I'll do that. It's fine. I can't ready anything. This guy, this goes by. This gets attached. I'll put it to him. And now I will travel here. It says after players travel to the Cursed Tomb, search the encounter for Fram's Shade. Okay, there's Fram's Shade. So I will defend it. Let's say this is, doesn't really matter who I defend it with, I guess. I will defend it with the Greenwood Archer. No shadow effect, the Greenwood Archer dies. I'm going to play Island Amid Perils to bring Orphan back in my hand. And then using, well, I'll wait. Okay, so now we're ready. So now I will bring out Orphan, Purpose. Okay, I'll bring Greenwood Archer back in my hand. I'll bring out the Greenwood Archer for another 2, 8. I will use Scatheless Teeth to lower my threat. I don't know, like 1 or something stupid like that. I'll use Elven King to bring this guy back in my hand. I will bring this guy out. Island Amid Perils. I will exhaust this guy. I will bring Island Amid Perils back in my hand. And I will quest for 10, 12, 13, 16, 18. Quest for 18. And there's 6. Now this comes out. Doomed 1. I'll raise my threat. 2 or something. Okay. I'll cancel that. Test the roll. 20. Okay. Now this guy comes out. Okay, I'll use Thraned Will's ability. Where is Rumil? Oh, Rumil's already out. He's hiding. That's fine. Okay, so I will defend. It doesn't even matter. Okay. I will defend. This guy gets 4 shadow cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'll defend with the Greenwood Archer. Raise your threat by 2. Okay, I'll raise my threat by 2. I'll raise my threat by 2. Raising my threat by 2, I think I'm at 6. This guy still dies. And then I'm going to kill it. 1, 2, let's say 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 14. This dies. Whew. 2.5 hours. If you've made it this far, you probably will hear me say that I will not be playing this scenario much solo. Solo, it just does not work for me. It's just not a lot of fun. Which is funny because all the other scenarios in this cycle are really fun. But just solo, it just seems like it's dragging. I had a ton of cards left in my hand. I was just basically going through the motions to get to the point where I'm going out Fram Shade and beat him. I couldn't do anything until Fram Shade was there. So it just didn't hit on all cylinders solo for me. So there it is. The Ghost of Framsburg. And if you're interested in finding this or any of our back episodes of Card Talk, feel free to search YouTube where you can find our flagship video episodes with the username CardTalk2018. Or you can search the RSS feed, cardtalk2018.libsyn.org, for our extended audio versions of our podcast. Or you can find us on Facebook at CardTalk2018. And if you have any questions for Grant or myself or for both of us, feel free to email us at cardtalk2018@gmail.com.